Syndrome, maybe you make a mistake, you lose. And this is for the real hip-hop, so would never, ever, ever ask me, am I here to replace Guru? Word, that's how you feel up on this track? Little try on that.
What you trying to rap now?
Yeah, yo, Royce.
What up, man?
We just lamping in the studio, you know, doing our thing.
Okay.
Bugging out, you know.
Right.
So, I need you to speak with your hands. On the count of three. Everybody now, 1, 2, 3, go!
Talk to who stepped up in this rap game and seen acting fool.
Me and Preem, both names go together. Lot of frontin' like they ill. Word. I think it's time to move on to the next one. I won't bow down to no man.
We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Spurs come into town. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to this broadcast of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. So Cleveland will get the first possession. And the starting group for the Spurs. Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Aldridge out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Duncan in the center position. It's not really a surprise at this point, but the Spurs were in the playoffs last year. 18th consecutive appearance.
Yeah, and they weren't in that usual top 3 spot, though. Although, had they won the last game, instead of being the 6th, they would have been the 2nd.
Right.
Didn't have that home court advantage. And as they went up against the Clippers, it really cost them in that 7th game.
Shot clock at 3. From deep, Green.
You know, even against defense as tight as that, you expect him to bury those.
Yeah, I don't know, though, Clark. That defender was on him like glue on that possession. That would have been a heck of a bucket, even though we've seen him hit those in the past.
Right side, Aldridge. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Love wide open. He fires. His three-pointers off the mark.
And against the Clippers, the Spurs didn't have home court advantage. I mean, ended up playing a big part in that series. They ended up losing in Game 7 in Staples with some questionable timekeeping, but that's not why they lost.
And they're able to recover. And Thompson kicks to Irving. Just 5 on the clock. Another shot. And Thompson with the nice bucket inside. Thompson's got his first 2 points.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie. And that Spurs series sure didn't feel like a first-round matchup. I mean, you could have easily have seen either team playing for the title, regardless of who won the series. Both teams acknowledged that it felt like a conference finals matchup.
And Green gets it to go.
And, guys, I was a bit worried, but now we all know the rim doesn't have a lid on it.
Yeah, you could actually feel the tightness and tenseness with each miss. I'm actually glad to see they got that first one out of the way.
Now, here is Irving. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. His three-pointers off the mark.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
The Spurs shooting their first free throw of the game here.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
And, you know, a lot of times, guys, in some of their performances last year, their free throw numbers helped them win games.
Pass to Smith. And another miss by Cleveland.
And guys, remember, LaMarcus Aldridge last January suffering a torn ligament in his thumb, scheduled to undergo surgery and miss 2 months of the season, but he opted to tough it out and keep playing. And boy, how big was that for the Blazers?
Thompson, a screen on Parker to the inside. The kick out to Irving. And another miss by Cleveland. San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. That puts them in the lead. 8 points for Leonard. And Aldridge postponing that thumb injury surgery, even though they said it might double his eventual recovery time.
Yeah, I think it's pretty admirable that he was out there because he wasn't just playing in pain. He was playing hurt. That shows you his commitment to winning.
2 shots.
Well, LeBron had kind of a slow start to his season, his return to Cleveland last year.
Yeah, he got off to a bit of a slow start. He had some nagging type injuries, but things turned around, and LeBron was eventually able to get the clubhouse atmosphere where he wanted.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert's checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. Shumpert gets a wide open look. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And that atmosphere that LeBron was after, I mean, he described it as wanting a family-like atmosphere.
And it's Dellavedova missing.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it, are you kidding me?
And so the ball's out of bounds. Shumpert touched it last.
Spurs ball.
Here's Mills. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Dellavedova. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And to touch on the Cleveland atmosphere, you know, you could see as the season unfolded, it became a big part of what LeBron was able to accomplish in Miami, starting to work itself into that roster.
Now James. Diaw missing on the three. LeBron with it. And it's Martin picking him up. And it's good. And it's 6 points for LeBron.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And that one's good.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Good. San Antonio leading. Mills passes to Anderson. He dishes it to Mills. Martin kicks to Mills. Here's Diao. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of... Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And take a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and, you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. Amon Shumpert is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Thompson in at the 5 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. And a wide open look for Irving. That's in there. Love with the assist. Love's got 3 assists now in this one. Cavs didn't start the season as a team built around the 3, but they would end it that way.
Yeah, and after the trade for Smith and Shumpert, it changes their dynamic. All of a sudden, they can do a lot of damage from beyond the arc.
And, you know, for the Cavs, they ended up in the top 5 and made threes per game, but they actually led the NBA and made threes per game after the trade.
Spurs making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. That doesn't go in either for Irving.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Now, here is Irving. 5 points in the game. Shot clock at 6. Trying to find Thompson. He gets it to him. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
And last season, the Cavs would shatter all sorts of franchise records in the 3 department. I mean, makes sense to have that many shooters on your roster when LeBron opens up so much in terms of floor space.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Duncan comes in for Green, and Parker's subbed in for Patty Mills. Now here's Leonard. 8 points for him. Smith kicks to Thompson. Comes up empty down low. The Spurs have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And it's blocked. Love outside. There's the 3. Shot is off. Good D by Parker.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Kyrie Irving, an explosive scorer. We all know that. His rate of assists continually dropping over his NBA career. And Greg, does he need to be more of a pure point guard?
You know, he does have the advantage of playing with LeBron James, one of the best playmakers in the league. It's a good fit, I think, at this stage of his career, because right now they need him to score the basketball while he continues to improve his point guard skills.
Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
Arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best finisher in the game.
Agreed. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And, you know, Kyrie Irving, really ambidextrous as a ball handler because you can't play him to one side, and he's ambidextrous as a finisher, too. He's so creative and crafty, terrific at the rim with both hands.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. James checked in for Shumpert. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for J.R. Smith. San Antonio also making some changes. Boris Diaz checked in for Aldridge. Kyle Anderson comes in for Leonard. And Martin subbed in for Manu Ginobili. Irving can't hit.
And one thing about Irving's ball handling, he does a great job of protecting the ball. A very low rate of turnovers for a player as aggressive as he is on the bounce.
Down low. Out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover. West
is checked in for Tim Duncan. The Cavaliers trail by 4. The kick out to Irving. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. 9 points for Kyrie Irving.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
That almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it now ties the game. The lead was about to be stretched out, and instead, it's back even.
It's Anderson with the drive. Diaw down low. Working on James. Diaw can't hit.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Mozgov with the steal. LeBron with it. He's picked up by Parker. The kick out to LeBron. Lets it go. Drops one in from the wing. LeBron's got 8 points. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Now Irving, following the miss by Martin from deep. Irving drives in. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on David West.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Green, he's checked in for San Antonio. Mills comes in for Parker.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
James outside. There's the feed to Mozgov. West with the block. And the wide open shot from Green. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Cavaliers lead by 4. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Leonard having a good one. He's got 13 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of 3-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Aldridge out there with Duncan. And it's Leonard in the three slot.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
Here's Green. Can't get it to go. Excellent defense there from Smith. Throws it up high from 18 feet away. And Irving gets it to go on the assist by James. And it's an 8-point Cavalier lead. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Unloads from 13. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Off and running right out the bat here to start the second half.
Irving attacking. Kicks it out to Love. Nice D from Aldridge.
You know, one of the unsung things about Danny Green is his team defense. I mean, he flies around that end of the court, and his instincts usually put him in the right position to make a play.
And LeBron throws it down.
Boy, the pass there floated up to the precise spot where it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish, huh? He powers it through.
Sure didn't waste any time there.
And guys, that's an alley-oop I guarantee you we'll be seeing on the highlight reels for the next few days.
San Antonio calls timeout. Well, getting back to Danny Green, he has an unusually good knack at doubling down on the block. Then if the ball is kicked outside, he's still able to get out to the shooter and run him off the spot. You don't talk about his defense that much, but I'll tell you who does. Greg Popovich.
That's a great point, Kevin. And you also see Green come up with some timely weak side blocks, strips. He'll jump in passing lanes. He's a sneaky important part of what they do on the defensive end.
He's checked in for the Spurs. Spurs trail by 8. Duncan outside. Outside Leonard. Kicks to Aldridge. Back to Leonard. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. 16 points for Leonard.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting. His rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
Cleveland leading by 5. But they get it back. The drive by Thompson. Misses from short range. To the inside. And there's Ginobili. That's good on the assist from Leonard.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Here's Irving. Aldridge with some nice D. Spurs trail by 3. And here's Green outside. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. And some changes here for the Spurs. Anderson, he's checked in for Duncan. And it's Mills in for Daniel Green. Irving against Leonard. Irving drives in. Out to Shumpert. And here's Love for 3. And he gets it to go. Love got himself on the board with 3 there.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Irving. Now here's Leonard. He's got 16.
Now this is why the breakaway rim was invented. For plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that wall.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
Rejected by Ginobili. Leonard attacking.
Well, what a smart pass that time by Aldridge.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think. What are they thinking, leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
Here's Love. Again, the Cavaliers score.
And those midseason trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Now here's Leonard. 20 points for him. 4 on the clock. Can he keep it going? Kept the line. And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, nothing wrong with fighting for the rebound, but he gets nailed with the over-the-back call.
And, Greg, you know I was an offensive rebounder in my day, and I like that kind of aggressive play. But he's got to do a little better job of trying to get position earlier in that case.
Yeah, that's a good point. Positioning is so vital when you're trying to rebound the basketball, and that's something that wasn't on display on that possession.
Yeah, and, you know, they built the roster to how they played best midseason. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
And the dunk by Smith.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
The Cavaliers leading by 5. Pass to Dellavedova. And here's LeBron outside. Green with the rebound. It's Parker outside. Misses. And we've reached the end of the 3rd. Cavaliers ahead. They're up by 5. And time for the short break, and stay right. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. 4th quarter should be good. That'll be a 5-second call. Spurs ball. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And as a coach, that's the kind of turnover that drives you nuts.
And, Greg, there's no reason for that turnover to happen. It's just inexcusable.
All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. 4th quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Cleveland. Channing Frye out there with LeBron James. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Mozgov in at center. Nobody near Parker. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Martin dishes to Green. It's hauled in by Fry. Cleveland leading by 8. And James gets it to go on the assist from Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got 3 assists now in this one. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
There are certain things, guys, that you can always count on in life. Death, taxes, and, of course, the Spurs winning 50 games in the regular season. Happened for the 16th straight season last year.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Love comes in for Channing Frye. And Shumpert in there for Matthew Dellavedova. The Spurs also changing it up. Aldridge comes in for David West. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Well, keeping in mind the Spurs have won 50 games or more for many years in a row, Greg, there are teams out there who can drive cars who have not even seen the Spurs not win 50 games at least in a year.
And the way the Spurs keep on building this team, it's not as if that streak's going to end anytime soon. Those kids might have a chance to vote and do much more before they fail to see the Spurs win 50 games.
Duncan kicks to Mills. On the wing, Green. 6 on the shot clock. Spurs working the ball around now. Unloads. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Inside. Here's LeBron. Off with the layup. Spurs trail by 7. Green with the ball. Now guarded by Shumpert. Duncan kicks to Mills. Misses the 3. Cavaliers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. 2 summers ago, all anyone could talk about was LeBron James and the return to Cleveland.
I mean, you couldn't write that stuff, Kevin. I mean, it was unbelievable, the storyline. I mean, after all the acrimony between LeBron and the ownership as well as the fans, but you know what? He said it best. He truly is back where he belongs.
He's home.
Yes.
He's home. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. He was not happy with their play to this point, telling them we're getting out hustled, plain and simple. There's still time, but we've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
And thanks for that story, Doris.
And, you know, for LeBron, he knew he had his work cut out for him in Cleveland. A younger team unseasoned in the playoffs. They had to remake the roster a bit and gain that experience.
And LeBron and the Cavs, I think they'll have a chance to bring that long-awaited championship to the city of Cleveland. But LeBron's return was bigger than basketball. He said it was about hope and inspiring his home state. And no doubt that was accomplished in his first year. Big-time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
Aldridge, the pass to Duncan. Here's Leonard. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. And now just a 3-point Cleveland lead.
Well, you talk about clutch plays, defensively and offensively. We saw both right there.
And the gap's narrowing right now, Clark. Every second from here on out counts. Neither team can afford to make mistakes. You've got to manage the clock and play smart.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Irving drives in. That's good. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter. Spurs trail by 3. Here's Mills. And the rejection by Love. LeBron against 20.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
And the Cavaliers call time here. They're up by 1. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter of this one. James against Green. LeBron dishes to Thompson. Feeds it to Irving. Now the pass to Love. It's hauled in by LaMarcus Aldridge. Aldridge has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Cavaliers leading. Got a piece of it. Leonard with the steal. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Spurs making a switch here. Parker's checked in. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
Like he did there.
Leonard kicks to Duncan. And there's the 3-second violation.
Yeah, you've got to avoid those kinds of turnovers.
Yeah, mistakes like that derail any team.
Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward.
The kick out to Irving. The 3 ball. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
And Thompson sends it back. And that's an intentional foul.
Second team foul. At the line for your Cavaliers, J.R. Smith.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. San Antonio calls timeout. They're losing by 8. There's 21 seconds left in the game. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. There's 21 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And Cleveland can just let the clock run down here. And James gets it to go.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're losing by 11. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And look, this one's out of reach. I don't know what they're thinking with this timeout.
Neither do I. I mean, maybe they're going over their plans for after the game. Who knows? But let's just get out of here.
And the wide open shot from Ginobili sinks the three-pointer. Fry with the ball. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Here's Parker. Knocks down the three. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he ends up missing both free throws. The three from Leonard. No good there. So we see the Cavaliers get the win here. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds, Clark.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what had to be done to send these fans home happy.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.